How fun was it working together as a married couple on this project? How did you come about the project?
Well, we were approached by one of the producers
Yeah.
about doing this, and this is my first movie. I'd been in a TV show before.
That I was also in, but
Yeah,
we
Brett
didn't,
was-
have,
we
we didn't
didn't
have
act together in
scenes
that,
together.
yes.
So this was our first time acting together,
Yes.
and it was amazing. I mean, we're always acting together anyway. So yeah, we have a lot of fun. So it was great to be able to bring that to the movie, and do it in an official way.
Yeah. We had it was like we had our marital connection, but
Yeah.
we would have felt fine without each other too,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
Right. No, we're pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Sometimes too comfortable.
Maybe a little too comfortable.
Yeah, in our lives. So in all situations. So.
But it was really fun to have each other there.
It's the
and
best. Yeah.
He was next door. He was next door to me, in our trailers.
Huh?
In our trailers.
Oh, right. Yeah. And we kept, my trailer was her trailer, her trailer was my trailer.
What are you doing in there?
Yeah, but no, it's like great to be able to be around her as much as possible.
Yeah, we got to be rude to each other.
Yeah, and then she's so talented that it was awesome to see her
And
do this.
love working with Brett. I mean, you're a genius.
You're a
And I tell you
genius.
you're a genius all the time.
And I tell you, you're a genius all the time.
Thanks, but it was really such a treat to watch him working, like up close and personal. Because
Yeah.
I've seen him work before, but working with him was really special.
Yeah, and like she comes from music originally, but it's just like when you meet her, that she's an actor too, and then she started to like get more officially into it and go. Amazing to see. I got to see it in this TV show that we did, and then to see her do it even more because she got more screen time in this movie. That like it was just it's when somebody can do it and then they go beyond what you even know that they can do.
Thanks, babes.
Horror and comedy are so closely related because I feel like you have to have perfect timing for both. How was it combining those elements, and do you feel like one genre helped you more than the other with that balance?
Oh, well, I mean, like, I think you're right. I think that, they're very similar in that you have a setup and then you have a punchline, only the punchline in horror is the scare. So, and they're both equally fun. And they both oddly come from like the same sick part of your brain that you got to tap into to either be
Titillating.
funny. Yeah, to be funny.
You're
or
riding the edge.
Yeah, demonic, and so, and Rel wanted us to be as full out as possible. And so, yeah, that's what we did. So it was like bringing that balance in of like, yeah, it's a delicate balance to be evil and funny and yet scary.
So are you big horror movie fans?
Huge.
Yeah.
Our favorites. We love Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
We love.
I mean, it's pretty cliche, but yeah.
I know it's the most obvious answer,
Shining,
but it's really
Exorcist, Evil Dead 2, The Thing,
Would you
Nightmare on Elm Street. What else?
Silence of the Lambs. I don't know if that's a horror,
Lambs.
but that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I think a lot of people consider it a horror.
I'm sure we're missing some.
I mean,
but
Psycho.
we're at a point where we've seen so many that there aren't.
But
much
most
left to
recently,
see.
like Get Out, Sinners, Weapons. These are great
Yes,
movies.
Great.
Yeah.
All the obvious answers.
Yeah, it's just so obvious.
Nothing. We're
Yeah.
not throwing any
What else?
curveballs
What's
here.
like a real like The Brood is one of my favorite.
The Fly.
The Fly, yeah. Big Cronenberg fans. They Live. I don't know if that's is that a horror? Big Carpenter fan.
I love Angel Heart.
Angel Heart. Incredible.
Great.
Amazing. Yeah. So lots of classics, but also I think The Brood is maybe one that people might not have heard of
Man, that
unless
one
they're
is
massive
something
fans.
else.
Yeah, that's truly one of the most
Terrifying.
fucked up.
It's so
movies.
fucked up.
It's amazing though. It's so good.
Yes.
So I have to ask, because this movie deals with a haunted house, have y'all ever had any paranormal experiences of your own?
Well, I'm like the worst person to answer this because I'll say yes and then I'll just totally walk it back a second later because I feel like everything is explainable. And I have walked into places where I'm like, ooh, I get the heebie-jeebies, but then I'm like, but that's also could very well just be my very active imagination.
Yeah.
I mean, my imagination can go to crazy. I'll just wake up in the middle of the night and have to go, get some water or something, and I'm walking through my own house, and I'm terrified. I'm like, that demon's here.
But what didn't you like go into a place though and you got like a vibe?
Oh
you
my
got
God.
like and then somebody told you that it was haunted after
I
got that feeling? Didn't that happen?
Yeah, I also lived in that house. Remember that house?
Yeah.
So this was like early on in our relationship. I was living in this 100-plus-year-old house in LA, and it was terrifying. It was palpable how like you just like got such a strange feeling in this house. And the owner, I found this place on Craigslist, and it was like a weird kind of like very strange situation. This woman was very bizarre. It was like a horror film, actually. She was like very weird, and she had like everything, and it was like a furnished home, and you had to rent it furnished, and I like couldn't bring any of my own furniture, so I just put my stuff in storage. And I go to this place, and it was like there was like rat poop in areas, and there was like dead moths everywhere. And so I was like, oh, I need to like do a deep clean. And she was like, you can't move anything in the house, and you're not to enter the second bedroom. So I was only allowed to use, it was like a pretty big house, but there was only 2 bedrooms upstairs, and I was allowed to live in the one bedroom, but I was not allowed to enter the other. I wasn't allowed to go in it. And obviously I was like, I'm going in it. Duh. So I opened it. It's just like filled with furniture, stacked up. And I was like, oh my God. And that second room was like, you got the worst feeling in that room. So I was like, okay, I'm not entering this room. But it was right next door to my bedroom.
Yeah.
Mind you, I had a young puppy at the time, Tony, who's now 6. But she was like the most comfortable dog, and like will always like sleep next to me. And in this house, she was awake all night at the foot of the bed. And so this room, I wasn't allowed to do anything in this house. I wasn't allowed to move anything, but I hired cleaners to come clean it. And then she came to the place the next day, and she said, I told you couldn't move anything in this house. I was like, does she have cameras here? But I looked for there were no cameras anywhere. But I guess she maybe saw the cleaning crew's car there.
Did you think that she had like a ghost spy?
No, but she was just like, must have been like she lived nearby, so she must have like seen that I had cleaners there. I was like, I didn't move anything. Not true, I did move the sofa. So then I came home one day, and the second room, the window was open. And in order to open it, you had to do like a really serious unlatching.
Yeah.
Such a terrifying house. And the one time Brett came there, he was like, this place sucks.
Yeah. No, it was very dark. Yeah, I mean, and then
and the lights turned on and off by themselves.
In the show we did, entitled, now on Netflix,
Watch it. Stream it.
We like shot it in this like old. We shot it in the UK, so we shot in this old English manor, and people were like, "This house is haunted." It's like, no,
totally
it's a fact that
felt
this house is haunted. And
there was a cemetery on the property.
Yeah,
which is like a thing.
So that was freaky, but I've never had any paranormal experience. However, I mean, like all things, I'm agnostic. I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm like, all of that is explainable. It just, maybe my imagination was very active in that house.
But I know people, though, who have had crazy experiences, and I don't think that those people are liars or insane. So, yeah, hey, hope so.
I hope so. It's more interesting.
Well, yeah, I would.
Than faulty electricity.
I would prefer death not to be the end.
It's more comforting, certainly.
I certainly hope so. Yeah.
There's most certainly a dead body in that second room somewhere.
There's got to be.
Oh my God,
Or
for real.
Here's the other thing. She could have just been violating so many health codes that's also very possible.
It was haunted by a dirt
by
ghost,
her,
filth
by the
ghost.
carcasses of moths everywhere.
Ugh.
Moth carcasses.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Can you share a fun experience you had while making this film? What was the favorite thing that happened on set?
Yes. The best. So this was like when prepping this role, I was just I'm a huge John Waters fan, and something was like, you need to just like really dive into Divine and John Waters. And
Yeah, we were both very
very
inspired
very
by
inspired
it for this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were doing our prep, that was like really what was living subconsciously for me. And there's one of my favorite John Waters films, Female Trouble. There's a scene in there where Divine is playing both like the male character and herself in the sequence where there's essentially a rape scene, and the guy version has dirty underwear, like shit stained underwear, and I like this is just like stuck with me. It's one of my favorite things that John Waters ever done, and I'm sitting down in my makeup chair in Barry Gordy's house that is now owned by a queer couple who I guess are also big John Waters fans. And I'm doing my makeup and I look in front of me and I see the underwear signed by Divine. I was like, oh my God, is that the shit stained? It was the shit stained underwear. It was white, like tighty whities. It said Divine on it and it had the shit stain. I was like, I cannot fucking believe my eyes right now.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was such a crazy like
really
synchronicity. It was pretty incredible.
It was really wild because, like, we were watching Female Trouble and Polyester, in order to prep for the movie, and because we wanted to fill this with that energy on our do our part in doing that. I mean, there is this scene. I don't want to give spoilers, but there is this scene. That's one of the craziest scenes that I've ever done. It's a sex scene, and I'll just leave it at that. But it is one of the most inappropriate things that I've ever done and will have ever seen in a movie. And while we were filming that, we were laughing a lot. It was really crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a day where nobody could believe what was happening, and there was a lot of laughter going on.
What was happening?
Yeah, yeah.
I still can't believe.
Get ready for that.
Well, what's one thing that you hope the audience takes away from this project?
I hope that the audience has a lot of fun, and we get to, that people get to experience this kind of unapologetic, naughty fun that we.
Like when we met with Rel about it. And we knew Rel from before, but like when we met with him to talk about it before, we started doing it, he kept talking about freedom, freedom in comedy. And because there just hasn't been a lot of that lately. And if there is that freedom in comedy, it's really just like sort of this reaction that isn't funny. Yeah. So it's like actually doing something that is like balls out, but is also not ignorant, too. So like, just complete freedom of humor.
Yeah,
I think that's
it
like
was a blast,
the thing.
and I think the four are so funny and so naughty, which made it such a blast to work with them.
They were, I mean, really, like, that was one of the best. That was just like
the vibe was so good. Yeah,
being around Rel and Tiffany and Carlos and Batch, like, these are four very, very funny people. That so
very
like
comedians. So it was
whether the cameras were on or off, we were laughing a lot.
Yeah.
Not to mention this one, but I already did. So